obviously nice to receive personal recognition. Obviously that's always nice, but I can't stress how much my teammates have obviously played a huge role and are just as responsible for my performances as what I am. Without obviously a good team around you, you can't really perform to the level you want to. So basically, this is just a huge thank you to my teammates who have stuck by us all season, and we've got a great team spirit. And I think that is probably as much as responsible for my performances as anything.
Absolutely. I suppose you'd swap them all for the big one at the end of the season.
Oh, absolutely, no question about it. I would happily be. Well, I wouldn't want to sit on the bench. I have to choose my words wisely. But I would happily not be sort of in a good light with the fans if it meant getting promotion. That's what it's all about. That's what I came for. I wanted to be part of a successful team. I narrowly missed out last season.
He spoke about getting him in and being versatile, and I think now after him being on trial up in Scotland, I'm sure there's a big part of him that he might have had a few good games to look forward to up there, but I think I'm sure it surpassed what he would have thought, and I think very quickly he was just really impressed by the size of the club, and that's no disrespect to others, perhaps certainly last year, but the fan base again, and that's just how the club is, and the club's sharp, and little things like that. So I think he found a home this year. He's been very happy, filled in at left back for a while. Well, I did more than filling in, but he had to move across, and same at right back. And I know initially coming, there was talk of him preferring to play centre half, something he hasn't really done, but he could certainly do a job there. I just think he gives us a little bit more on the ball going forward as a full-back who often see more of the football, and he's done very well. I'm sure he's pleased with the decision he made in the summer.
Absolutely.
I think Harrogate was when he signed, and that was his first game, so it's been a good year for him. And Craig Clay, again, they weren't the first sort of signings that we made, or that I made. Came on trial. Been a lot of talk about him in recent years, and I've been trying to get to watch him, and it never quite worked out for one reason or another. But was keen to have a look at him, and came in at a time and did very well. A youngish player. Again, we had a conversation with Craig not so long ago about how many games he's played, and he wants to be in the team. And he's, let's be honest, he's been in stern competition, particularly with Craig Disley and Scott Brown. He said he would have been, snapped my hand off, I think, from coming in initially, although he'll have faith in his ability, but to have played as many games as he has done, and to get that award, and I think another one before that, just shows what again a good season. But maybe the bigger picture for me, although Coles took a lot of them, there's been no James McEwen or Sean Pearson up on the stage, which we've become accustomed to the last few years. Diz managed to get one, I think just one. Lenny obviously got a couple. I think it's Scott Brown. Scott Brown never got an award or a mention, and I think that just shows the strength of the squad. Toto again, I think I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm surprised he didn't get something tonight, being certainly coming under the umbrella of a young player. And of course Jack's picked up some, so many players that could speak about, and as you rightly said, I don't like picking individuals out because it's a talk all the time about the squad, and even the ones that have barely made an appearance or been very few and far between, they all play the part on a day-to-day basis. And I think hopefully, because of the environment that they try to create, the way that they are as a group of lads, and how I try and treat them honestly and fairly, and sometimes it's not always what they want to hear, but more often than not just trying to, like I said, being fair. I think that's the biggest thing. we've got a good group, and that's, you know, a big part. You know, it's never just 11 players, or one, certainly not 11, that we find ourselves in with a shout at gaining promotion.
Two lovers sitting on a bench in Sydney Park. Two lovers kissing on a bench in Sydney Park. Wide-eyed to young, and both turn to find all streets alive and chime with footsteps. Now the time has come. Meeting by a church on Grimsby Road. Two brothers meeting by a church on